Hello and welcome to the show. We are here on Fortune Island going racing some more. We're racing S1 class cars today, which is a little bit higher PI than we would normally race, although it's kind of part of an experiment as well. You see, this Bugatti, for those of you that saw the stream I did revisiting the beach rally building some more cars, the EB110 was, quite frankly, insane. And I was kind of curious to know how it would fare in some actual straight-up racing. Now, while we sadly cannot do team adventures on Fortune Island, we are going to tell everyone to stay in the same cars, and we're going to run multi-surface races. We're starting with a nice tarmac event. There'll be cross-country, there'll be some off-road stuff as well. Of course, seasonal-wise, it is currently winter, or has just become winter as we started filming this. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one for these S1 class cars to deal with. While these sort of roads here are not too bad, there's only kind of light snow on them. Some of the more rural roads might get quite interesting, having to try and deal with the levels of snow, etc. And especially if you go offline slightly, you dip a wheel like here, for example. You see the Lamborghini up ahead doing just what I wanted to talk about. You put a wheel on the snow and suddenly there will be no grip. The EB110 is not a fast accelerating car. In S1 class, it has, well, this particular one here I have is running around the 600 horsepower mark, which, while sounds a lot, in this class of car, not actually all that much. What it does have going for it is massive tyres and a huge amount of grip. Immensely good through these corners, why it was so very fast at the beach rally, and it will have, I'm hoping, immense amounts of grip off-road. That though we'll have to wait and see. Oh, the Mercedes is in trouble. Does really well to pull that one up just about in time. That was rear wheel on the snow, trying to get it stopped. We're going to look to go around the outside. No, we're going to run out of road, and we're going to lose a place to the Ferrari in all of this. We're having a fun little battle. Don't quite have the pace. I did expect it to go this way on the tarmac stuff. Didn't... Oh, sorry, Ninetales. We'll let you go back. That place back. Didn't really think, especially this sort of circuit, a more technical track, we might see a different story. Did not expect to necessarily quite have the outright pace around here. We will still be stuck on the outside. We might finally get this done in the final corner. Nope. We're going to fall back behind. That's, I mean, it's okay. I'd rather not, but we will regroup and we will try again through these first corners. I mean, here I can probably be nearly flat, but I can carry so much speed. There's not quite going to be a gap there though for the Bugatti to draw alongside. Can we throw it anywhere down here? No, the Lamborghini's causing issues with Mercedes. I think Mercedes is out of shape again in the braking zone. Where are we going to find ways past this little group? See, I'm more confident in running wide in my Bugatti's ability out there, although I have lost some time doing all of that. Mercedes gets a pass down on the Lamborghini. I get a mega run. We might get two in one go here. Needed to do that. Have done that successfully. Now, we don't want to let that Mercedes get too far away if we can help it. I think I might have a little bit more composure than the big Merc, let's face it. I mean, this is a full-on, well, almost hypercar for the era, certainly, that we have got here. This is where we do have some trouble. Now, Lamborghini will out-accelerate us. Not really that fussed. I'll run it in flat out around the outside. Oh, I do like this car. I do like the EB110 very much. Mercedes is not as late on the brakes as I. We'll fire the Bugatti up the inside, and I think we're going to get the pass done just yet. There we go. We get it done. Finally, we get that move completed, although I'm making a mistake at the top of the hill trying to carry speed. I can just see the lights trying to get underneath us. Are we clear? Yes, we are, because the Merc ran out too wide as well. Oh, we might have finally got ourselves up to a fourth place. I don't think I do have the pace. It looks like it's a bloody close battle at the front, and 3 cars for the lead, which is what you want. We've got the epic fourth place battle. I don't know whether I quite got the speed of those cars at the front. That is okay. As I said, I'm hoping my car a little bit more specialised, a little bit more suited to different climates than this one, but still working pretty bloody well out here. What are we doing gap-wise? I guess we're going to have... The final lap is going to be our sort of do-or-die lap. It is a lovely The beautiful aurora is going on around here. A beautiful night to be racing in the snow. I tell you what, that Fortune Island looks incredible in winter at night with the aurora and everything. It looks very, very pretty. Now is maybe the time for the Bugatti to shine if I don't throw it off the circuit driving in too hard. Of course, fastest laps, while of course I always try and get them, sometimes, you know, if the lead... I've binned it here anyway. If the leaders are far too busy fighting each other, that's going to compromise their lap. I've thrown my car in way too hard and compromised my lap anyway back here. So, yeah, trying a little bit to it. This is the first real lap where I had no one to follow, no one to battle, or no other reference points, and it's almost like you're learning the track slightly again through here. I think we are actually catching, quite similar between us and the leaders. Around the final corner we go, and now it's just that drag race towards the line. It's been a very busy race, a very good first race. I got fast. That was my fastest lap. I could go even faster than that. It was slightly scruffy from all of that. Okay. Okay. Lap time wise, the Bugatti is competitive. Consider I could definitely do a 1.2. We get beaten by S2000 Cayman, Lamborghini Murcielago. Bugatti comes in for the Ford GT. Actually did a good job working his way up to 5th. The E63 in 7th. Ninetales is Ferrari. It's a little bit unlucky down in 8th. That's a good race to start with. Liking the Bugatti. Our next race is the South Coast Scramble, a mixed surface event, kind of rallycross circuit. We've got a little bit of tarmac roads, kind of a little bit of the corners I think we raced around on the previous run, actually. I found this race next to where we came out of the previous one. Looked like an interesting circuit, and can't say I remember driving around it. So, yeah, well, a little bit of tarmac, and then we've got a wheelie dirt section. I'm hoping, I'm starting a long way back again with the EB110. It's not exactly going to be... that easy to work our way forward, but yeah, I'm hoping this is where that Honda is bloody fast off the line, as is the Porsche actually. So the S2000 is immensely fast accelerating. We are going to have, so hopefully, have some immense grip now we get to the dirt. Of course, we are out into the snow and to, well, with snowy gravel, which is not, it's not the worst surface to be on. But it is, you know, not much grip out here. Now, the likes of the big Toyota Baja truck, or whatever, I can't remember its official name, that is likely to be pretty good at the cross-country stuff in comparison to what is a lot of light, small supercars and sports cars, and I'm being bullied left, right and centre. I would like to be left alone a little bit for some of this, because I can't really get much in terms of a judge on performance. You can't really do much in terms of trying to work our way forwards here. Yeah, funnily, if you can get to the front early on and vanish, the lead pair are gone. Are just completely gone because we're stuck in this massive amount of traffic with not much that we can do. Oh, Mercedes is in the fence. We've got good top speed, not great acceleration, but I have got good top speed in this. I really want to get to the inside of the Toyota. Want to get past that quickly because that doesn't look like it's having too much fun. As I said, it'll be very, very good, I would expect, come across country event, but out here, even on this sort of surface, it's not enough for the Toyota to really work. I'm still stuck in traffic. There's just not enough places to try and find a way past. Annoyingly, around here, the Cayman's going to hit the edge of the wall. Oh, I'm out a little bit wide through all of that. Not ideal again for me. It is once more the Hurricane. I say a little bit holding up. Hurricane at the front of this train of cars. We've got past the Murcielago. Now we unleash the Bugatti onto what is kind of a straight. Brakes are good on the Bugatti. Brakes are very good on the Bugatti actually. As we tear down here at 180 miles an hour. Don't see the point in going up into 6th gear because, well, for the split second we'll almost immediately be changing back down. Looks like the Ferrari might have finally got the move done on the Lamborghini. Almost has done it successfully. Yeah, I'm not quite close enough. I need to be neat and tidy. Ooh, bounced around a little bit. Of course, out on this stuff, I got rally suspension, of course, on the Bugatti. It's still a low-slung supercar. We're going to get underneath the S2000. We'll get that pass done cleanly there. We can just turn in so much sharper than that car. It might be another bloody 4th place for us at the rate we're going. I think the Ferrari's a bit too quick. That 330 P4 looks really bloody good out on the dirt. 330 P4 looks really very, very good out on the dirt. What can What can our Bugatti do? The Lamborghini is faster than us down the straights. That's we saw that in the first race. Oh, Lamborghini's in trouble in the braking zone. That's not where you wanted to be. Sheep are making their own little racetracks out in the thick snow. Yeah, that's absolutely not where you wanted to be. One wheel in the snow, in the braking zone, and that will, drag your car off course. You won't get it stopped in time. Oh, that bump. My car does not like that bump at all. But be wary, that S2000 looked pretty bloody rapid, actually. I think I've got a little bit more grip than the S2000, but I made silly mistakes across the bumps. So, interesting news regarding how quick is the Bugatti in terms of S1 class overall stuff. It's fast. It doesn't like bumps as much as I was kind of hoping it would. It's got a lot of grip, but really, really unsettled across some of those bumps. That is something to bear in mind. It is definitely something to bear in mind. All right. Big jump on the brakes down there. We just, again, pull it up in time. Yeah, the 330p4's gone. The leaders, I've not really been keeping up the gaps, but to be honest, I've not even really had a clean lap. Definitely don't think I can match. There's Mercedes and Ford up at the front. I'm going to try and be a little neater across the top there. Looks like there's a big battle going on behind us. See, this is the turn-in we get through these slower corners. That's where the UB110 excels. And we need more slower corners. We really, really need more slower corners, I think, for the Bugatti to really shine here. It has been a better final lap, though. Be interested to see. I think the 330p4 might get fastest lap of the race. I think it will, actually, looking at the gaps. I think I'm close. I think I'm close to competitive, but I'm not as fast as it. Nope. Nope, I'm a second down. That P4 is damn good. Ford GT also fast. Mercedes a little quicker than the Bugatti. Okay. I had hoped it might be a little bit better out on the dirt, but 2 fourth places, still fairly solid in terms of a car choice. Up next, we are going to a quite nice and technical tarmac track, Fortune Forest Circuit. I'm hoping here, perhaps, we will see the grip of the Bugatti shine. Don't know what the roads are going to be like around here. This place, we might see some snow on them, I guess, although looking by the start line, perhaps not. Of the tarmac routes, this might be the most likely place to see some snow around on the roads. I mean, there's still the ever-present danger if you run a bit wide, you can get into trouble, but it does look like, on the most part, these roads are cleared of snow. So, yeah, we don't quite have that issue to worry about. Not a bad starting place for us. I'm hoping we're not going to get stuck in too much traffic here, but again, you never really know. The S2000 is busy battling with the Mercedes up at the front. I think the Ferrari wanted to go around the outside of Lamborghini, didn't realise I had got my Bugatti there. We are still around the outside of the P4. I think we'll finally get it done here. Although we've got to be wary of that P4's acceleration. It's going to be a very light car. Oh, and very difficult to build. They can be incredibly fast. Seen them be incredibly fast a few times in Forza games. It can be quite difficult to... I have found it difficult to tune them, get them working. Some interesting characteristics, as ever with the classic race cars. The S2000 looking pretty good. Likely to be quite light. Wide body kit. Big tyres, light, I would imagine all-wheel drive. Seeing as what we're doing here will involve going off-road, you don't want to handicap yourself by going for a rear-wheel drive car here. We are going to hopefully look for a way up onto the podium here, but it will have to be a long way around the Mercedes. I'm going to find myself stuck behind another Lamborghini. Bored of looking at the back of Lamborghinis. We will get underneath. I mean, I was kind of there, and I had to get the checkpoint, so... There we go. Can we go and chase down an S2000? We've got a lot of grip through a couple of these corners. Just the speed that we can take with this car is immense. A couple of these places, there's just the levels of grip. The closing gap it pulls on whatever car I am racing against is very, very impressive. It's not infallible around a circuit. It's not infallible. It does lack perhaps some acceleration to some of these cars. Top speed is pretty good once it gets up to it, but yeah, acceleration it is probably a little heavier and a little bit down on power to some of these vehicles. We are, closing on the S2000. I'm not too worried about putting the wheel over there in the snow. I feel like I've got the grip almost to get away with it. The S2000 runs wide. Here is our opportunity, maybe. It's a very, very tight line into the first corner. Now, the S2000 is probably going to cut back, which means we're going to have to defend through here. Don't leave a space on the inside for the exit. I think the S2000 wanted to. We covered that nicely through there. And there we go. Now we pull that gap. That's the turn when we really are fast compared to some of the other cars. We will hopefully carry speed through there. It's working nicely. I'd be worried. Certainly have a little worry about the P4 if that can get itself released from traffic. As ever, you can get released from traffic. If I can make the most of a couple of laps in clean air, that would do me a world of good. And making the most of it doesn't mean running wide. I will say the snow on the outside of these, well, the outside of this road does not feel as bumpy or as kind of slowing down as some of the snow on the mainland. It might just be the surface underneath is, I don't know quite what the different grasses are like, if there are differences. It doesn't feel like it. I don't know whether that's the car or whether that's the snow acting a little different over here, because I've never driven the Bugatti in the snow on the mainland. So yeah, don't know that. We are... Oh, this is a really, really nice course for this car. This is a place the Bugatti does work well. Even me not driving it amazingly well here, I am certainly enjoying driving this car. The S2000 does not really have an answer back there. The S2000 looks pretty quick. You know, it's doing well. It's pulling away from that Mercedes. In fact, the P4, I think, has got stuck fighting with the Mercedes further back. But, yeah, we're almost up to 2 seconds clear. Now, I can still manage to beans that up. Let's not forget, I am perfectly good at managing to beans up that sort of a lead. But it does look like if I don't bin it off the circuit, we are sorted. So, yeah, you need an ultra-twisty circuit, and that is where the EB110 becomes very, very good. Let's not run wide. Can we get this? Nope. We will run wide. I was already committed. It's a nasty turn, that one. In fact, we've seen it a couple of times we've driven around this circuit. We've seen fairly similar things. Very easy to push the car. You think you've got it set for the corner, and then you really, really don't. I do prefer this layout. A lot of the tracks in Fortune Island, there are reverse versions of. I much prefer this way round this particular circuit. I don't like having that 90-degree corner as basically the first corner almost immediately after the start line. That's just kind of a asking for trouble sort of a section. So, yeah, I do prefer this layout. It's a fun layout. It is a fun layout. And I'm not just saying that because I've got the immensely good car that can run away from everything. Don't balls it up now, like that. I'm still getting a little too brave. You can get away with it here. There's enough space to kind of get away with it, and there's enough grip in the car that it doesn't immediately freak out if we touch the snow. Certainly, again, the cars are all built, all running rally tyres, rally suspension. If your car wasn't, then you'd probably have more trouble doing what we have been doing with the car. That is going to be a run to the final corner for the EB110. That's a hell of a track and a hell of a car. Won't be a faster final lap. Wasn't my greatest driving on that final lap. 106.0. As I suspected, the P4 was a bit quick as well. 106.0 for that slightly faster. Could have been interesting between the pair of those. Other 106s, the Ford GT and the Porsche Cayman, were able to run at those lap times a little slower. Yeah, that sort of track, Bugatti works incredibly well at. Was able to get my way up through the order, and we take our first victory. Our final race will take on the North Cliff Scramble, a proper, well, snowy, horrible road, this one. I'm lined up alongside the Ford GT at the front of the field. The Ferrari is going to be behind me. That could be interesting. The Ford has looked pretty damn fast, actually. The Ford has looked pretty damn fast. As I said, the surface we're driving on here, though, is, well, almost solid snow, not just kind of lightly snowed gravel. This is a lot of snow. This will definitely be testing the grip of these cars. I'm thinking the EB should be good here, but I don't know. Oh, it will be good if I don't do that. Christ, there are some big jumps down this part. The P4 will go past. I mean, I've got very good grip through the turns. However, I didn't realise I needed to be a lot more careful with my line there than I was. There are some big jumps down there. There are some nasty hills here as well for the cars to climb back up. Looks like another pretty nasty... I don't remember driving this. I know there's another scramble circuit out here. I remember driving around there. I don't know if I remember driving around this particular one. Well, there's a lot of understeer from both me and the Ford there. Oh, no, we're not going to quite make that one stick. The P4 will get to the front. That Ferrari keeps damn fast. I'm surprised. As I said, they're normally quite difficult cars. Or I've always found them quite uncooperative cars to get working, although if they do work, do tend to be very, very fast indeed, and that is the Ferrari. That Ferrari looked almost a little bit out of reach. We again can cut underneath the GT. We will get the position now. Don't lose the back end across the bumps in the Bugatti, which we don't do. That's good news for me. Oh, big dive from the Ford. I'll cut back underneath it. We've seen a lot of cars already skating off in these braking zones. Yeah, this is seriously snowy conditions. I mean, let's face it, we've got a ultra rare, insanely rare Ferrari Le Mans win. No, was it the P4 that got beaten by the Fords? Possibly, I don't know. Can't remember my Ferraris, and I don't remember too much. Either way, we've got an ultra rare Le Mans racer going up against a ultra rare Bugatti, fastest production car in the world, and a modern Ford GT supercar that are now starting to become insanely valuable and all that. So it's an interesting matchup, and the three of us are, I think, miles ahead of the rest of the field. Now on here, I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm actually surprised about all of these cars working as well as they are here. And they're doing an incredible job of... Oh, I've done a stupid, didn't I? Yeah, I just flicked it in too soon. I found grip where I wasn't expecting there to be grip. I flicked it in too soon. The Ford missed it. The Lamborghini missed it because I just saw a Murcielago go through and then ghost mode and get reset. And this is why you should probably learn the circuits, or at least drive around them more than... Well, I've probably driven this one once, but probably drive around it more. So you, even if I had, I probably wouldn't remember actually, because it's so different driving this one around in the snow than the others that it's yeah, easy to balls it up. Well, we're resuming our race with the Ford GT. We're resuming our race with the Ford GT. We've got a couple of laps to maybe try and make up some more positions. Oh, get slowed and turn for there. We can kind of cut underneath cars. That's our advantage with this. It looks yeah, it looks like we're not going to be able to get podiums over here. We can't... Well, I can just about see third in the very, very far distance, wiggling around a little bit under brakes. The Ford's a little bit wide through all of there. The 944 is actually having a better time. Interestingly, the 944 is having a lot more fun. It's struggled in a lot of the other races, having a lot more fun out in this considerably worse snowy conditions. That is sometimes the way it goes. It's sometimes the way it goes with these. Now, don't do something dumb through there. I've got shadow going on. That's the S2000 looking for a way past. Can I squeeze around the outside of the Ford? We can indeed. I will say thank you very much. Shame this isn't for second anymore, but we are through for now. GT gets a good run down here. Still not really liking the bumps in the Bugatti. Let's try and slow you down for turn one. This is the final lap. I'm a little bit defensive over that corner. The Ford tried. Didn't work. Getting underneath. Here we go. Braking zone, important to get right. Ford is bloody fast down here, and I'm all... Well, the braking zone I got right. I was all sorts of out of control, but we got the car stopped nicely. The Ford slid into the wall. We're going to try and find a way past the Porsche. It's a long way around. We have done it. I don't know where the Ford went. I think the Ford might have missed a checkpoint in all of that, or either that or just ran wide and hit a wall. We are through on the Porsche. I think we're faster than the Cayman as well, up in third place. We are catching it, but we would need another lap or two to be able to do anything about it. A fun little circuit, annoyed at myself, shouldn't have missed a checkpoint, would definitely not have had the speed to catch that P4, but we were having a very good fun battle for second. It ended up being a fun battle for fourth. Oh, almost binned it. Oh, I like the car, yeah, 54.5. Pretty similar pace to the E63. I think we could have had a fun race with that. Murcielago was not bad, actually, out there in the horrible sand. The Ford GT did look a little bit of a handful. But good run, some decent laps. Yeah. As far as the Bugatti goes, S1 class vehicle, overall kind of car, yeah, it works. It works. The more technical, the twistier, the nastier the circuit, the better the Bugatti gets. But in general, it's a pretty solid all-round S1 class car. Not horrendously completely OP at everything, no. And I think it was so fast at the beach rally stage because it didn't actually have to deal with bumps. It doesn't really like the bumps, which is something that we have now learnt. I do like it, though. I do like it. Might be my go-to, certainly for an easy overall S1 class car. I think the Bugatti would certainly be my go-to vehicle at the moment. That, though, is going to be it for this video. If you would like to sign up and take part in the next one of these sessions, then you can via our forums. There'll be a link in the description. Find the Failrace versus the community part, and you can sign up in there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.